Hey everyone, it's Scott. No, don't open with hey everyone. That's the most like YouTuber intro ever, but like in a bad way. Or maybe hey guys or what's up guys, but whatever. Um Whatever, that's the intro. Yeah, Scott here, editor for the Memory Chamber and showrunner, channel runner, all that. Um just here to talk about this is all not scripted, by the way. I just want to talk about the video that I've been posting about in the community tab on the Memory Chamber, the 10 best games I played in 2023. That video is going to be canceled because I'm just not enjoying working on it anymore. And I run the Memory Chamber with the idea that, well, I not just the Memory Chamber, but everything I do on YouTube, my whole video editing. You can probably hear Makoto jingling right there. Yes, hello Makoto. Yeah, I just wasn't enjoying working on the video anymore. Because, yes, hello, hi. Because, can you go away so I can focus? Yeah, I'd been working on it since December. Starting from writing the script, which was a fun process to do for sure, but when it came to editing and stuff, I just wasn't really enjoying the video I wasn't enjoying the video I was making. And that's just I mean I like, oh my god, this cat, I like top 10 videos, like outside Xbox, and I was crazy into Watch Mojo in like high school, but yeah, the video just was not all that interesting, and I think I'm okay with ending with canceling the video. I'm okay with canceling this project because I've kind of learned a valuable lesson from it, I guess. I know what I'm not gonna do next time I get to this, and it's kind of funny too. I was like, oh, it's freaking February now. Who else is gonna be making top 10 games you played in this year, this late into the new year? And then what do you know? The day that I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna do this anymore, YouTube recommends me this freaking video. Not hating on the person who uploaded it. Heck, if anything, go give him a watch. I didn't watch it myself, but I mean, if I can use this to to get someone some more views, then great. But yeah, the lesson I think I've learned is how I'm going to do it next year. It's not going to be a top 10 list, so to say. Some of my inspirations, well, not necessarily inspirations because I never made any videos, but like I want to make video essays. And some of my inspirations for whenever I do get into that are channels like H-Bomber Guy and Leon Massey. And probably the biggest one maybe is gonna be Thor High Heels, because Thor High Heels is like that man's videos are seriously an art form. Please go subscribe to him and check him out if you never have. He is insane, like in a good way. And when he did a Game of the Year video for 2022, I think, yeah, for 2022. It wasn't a top 10 list. He just kind of had, he picked out a Game of the Year and then all kinds of other random little awards that he did. And after watching that and like Yahtzee's video over on their new channel, The Second Wind, about the Game Awards and what Yahtzee thinks about that, how the Game Awards is kind of pointless, I guess. Like just the whole reward system there isn't really, he doesn't agree with it, and his idea was to give games awards for like the strongest feeling they gave him, which yeah, I think I'd do something like that. I just don't want to do another top 10 list where I just talk in such a monotone monotone delivery. I want the video. The video didn't feel like it was me. It felt like it was just YouTube. I was playing the YouTube part, and I didn't like that. If you get what that means. I did still want to make the video because there was for two reasons. I really wanted to talk about Gurumin and Fear and Hunger, and a little addendum, not addendum, but like outro, yeah, an outro talking about how 2023 was the worst year of my life so far, but how the memory chamber was one of the few good things that happened to me in 2023, and the success that got. So this video is going to be where I do that. But first, let's at least get the top 10 games that I played out of the way, because I do still want to do that and just talk about them. The 10th best game was Jazzpunk. It's a really good little comedy game. 9th best game was Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak, which is a really good expansion for Monster Hunter Rise, but I don't like the end game of it too much with the anomaly investigations. Number 8 was Yakuza 0, because I bought the whole Yakuza series up to Like a Dragon on a huge discount, and I started with 0 last year, and I really liked it, and I'm probably going to play like a Yakuza game a year until like I'm caught up, and then I can try out like the new Infinite Wealth and that one other, the man who erased his name, I think it was. 7th best game was Anodyne, which was a really, really good game that I only bought because I wanted to play Anodyne 2, but and that was a really good idea to play, because the it's the same case with Fear and Hunger, but yeah, I don't want to start a series halfway through, and I'm really glad I didn't for any of the games that I played this year. But yeah, Anodyne is a really good game. 6th was Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate, because I had a Monster Hunter itch this year, or last year, and Monster Hunter Rise just wasn't really doing it for me anymore. I wanted something new, and my options were either to either play World, which I have been gifted by someone at some point, I don't remember, or GU. And I opted for GU because I've been taking my Nintendo Switch to work a lot, and not drawing as much, which I'll get into in a bit. Monster Hunter GU is a really good game to have on Switch, because I went on a cruise later this year, and it was a really fun game to just whip out and, do a hunt or two, whenever an opportunity presented itself and I didn't have anything better to do. Because there's no Wi-Fi on a cruise ship. No free Wi-Fi anyways. But anyways, number 5 was Elden Ring, and I don't need to say anything about that. Number 4 was this ridiculous game called 77p Egg Wife, which is just a furry shitpost game. Yeah. I don't know what I can say about that game. It's such bad humor, but I was laughing at it so seriously hard, and I had a great time with that game. I'd recommend it if you can handle furry comedy, not if you're a furry, just if you can laugh at that, I guess. I don't know. You probably need to be in on that in order to be able to, but either way, it's a funny game. 3rd best was Anodyne 2, which was just such a great game with a really good story and really, really good puzzles. Last year was also Analgesic Productions. The people who made that was their 10th anniversary, and I even bought their 10th anniversary shirt because of how much I enjoyed those two games, and I want to play the rest of their games too. 2nd best game was Gurumin, A Monstrous Adventure, which just was, oh my god. The games that have the like visual style that Gurumin did, that ranged from like the mid to late 90s and like up to the Wii, the like Eastern inspired or just straight up Eastern games with that low fidelity and like highly colorful, really stylized graphics, that was like the defining video game visual style of my childhood. That Gurumin gave me just such a huge nostalgia hit that like I didn't know that I wanted. I didn't know I was missing that era so bad. And like, wow, it just, God, if you're nostalgic for that era of gaming at all, then you should really play Gurumin because it's just such a good game. I had such a big, fat, stupid smile on my face all throughout that game. It's got a great soundtrack and everything, and such perfect gameplay, and I can't recommend that game enough. But the best games, the top 2 best games that I played last year were Fear and Hunger and Fear and Hunger 2 Termina, which are just legitimate masterpieces in my opinion. Termina especially, you can have one without the other, kinda, but like, I look at them both inseparably. When I say they're masterpieces, I think of it as like, it's a masterpiece, you know, the whole Fear and Hunger series. It's only those 2 games, but, you know, maybe, hopefully Miro Havaran will put out more, because, God, Fear and Hunger Termina is just such a good game. I like... So yeah, there was a big outro in the script talking about how, yeah, so I'll get into that. 2023 was the worst year of my life. My gut health was just so bad, and that made me really depressed. And then I had a really bad falling out as an artist, and I still haven't gotten back into it. But yeah, 2023 started to look up near the end of the year. I really did a good job of getting my finances on track, like my savings, and I opened up a 401k, which do the same, by the way, if you haven't. Not long after that, I found a YouTube channel called How Money Works, and I just really got into finance and savings, and you should check him out too if you haven't opened up your savings, or you feel like you need to know more about that topic and like saving money, or if you want to invest at the stock market, or just even know more about the goings on in the business world, because he's a good channel to watch just for that. But yeah, and then there's that cruise that I went on. That was a highlight of my year. That like cured the bad gut health that I had. I don't know. It was I was just constipated, but not like in like a way where, say, you have a really hard poop and it's gonna rip your butt when it comes out, you know. It's just I never had the urge to go, but I could tell that I was still getting backed up and stuff, and nothing really worked except for just taking milk and magnesia every night, which just it sucked having to do that. But then I went on a cruise, and on the first night I was just like, I don't feel like taking it tonight. I'll just go to bed. And then I woke up and everything was normal from there, and it was great. And yeah, 2024 has been getting off to a pretty good start so far, kinda. Anyways, there hasn't been that much growth on the memory chamber yet, but that's because of me pausing everything, trying to work on this one video. So yeah, and I'm not gonna do that anymore. But it got off to a really busy start with my day job too. And on the bright side for that, at least, my paycheck was, my wallet was thanking me for it. But I kind of got off topic with Fear and Hunger. So yeah, I felt myself wanting to come back to art lately, but I just don't know what there like is in it for me as an artist anymore. And but I'm thinking, like, so spoilers for Fear and Hunger 2 Termina, but it's a game where you pick one of 8 people, and there's 14 people total, and all the other 13 people need to be dead by the end of 3 days. And I was hoping, like, once I beat the game and I could look up everything about it, that there would be an ending where everyone would make it out alive. But I found out there wasn't, and I was kind of disappointed by that. Not like, like your game needs that, but like, I just, it would have been cool to have that. But then as I started looking up more and more, like, the different character endings and their interactions and just all the different things that can happen to them, I started piecing together what my own headcanon would look like for an ending where everyone makes it out alive. And it would be really cool someday to make that an actual, like, fan comic. So it would be exciting to see someday that Fear and Hunger manages to become a game that affects me beyond the scope of what happens within the game, Like, having that game, like, having a game that affects me in that way. There's the closest that a game has ever come to that for me was Gurumin up to that point, just because of you know, God, just no game has ever made me feel the way that Fear and Hunger 2 Termina did. Like, I wish I could say that about other games, but I just can't. They're just that good of games. Like, if you've ever watched movies like what is it? Like The Hunger Games or the Belko Experiment or Battle Royale, and you've wanted to play a game that captures the drama of that situation, Fear and Hunger 2 Termina does it so amazingly perfectly well. It's also, but it's not going to be for everyone because it's a really hard horror game with some really dark subjects, and that's a shame that not everyone can experience just how good the game is. Like, I go to the game subreddit all the time, which is not something I normally do. I've never even been to the Gurumin subreddit, but yeah, I go to the subreddit a lot, and it's funny just how many posts like a day you'll see of how do I get into this game. You know, I really want to enjoy it and all that. I don't really know where I was going with that, but yeah, I don't have anything else left to say. Fear and Hunger is good. I'm sorry that I took so long for what amounted to nothing, basically, but I can't. The bright side though is that, like, this isn't the end for all of this, you know, because the main reason why I wanted to make that video was because I wanted to talk about Fear and Hunger and Gurumin, and I still can just make video essays like that, which would be cool to do someday. And like how I was mentioning my inspirations earlier, one video idea I've wanted to do for a while. Makoto, can you stop being a crackhead? One video essay I wanted to do for a while was about first-person character action games and why I think they're the funnest games ever. Maybe once things get back on track for the memory chamber and I can afford to buy some of the games that I want to use as examples in that video, Makoto, oh my god, and I can actually make that video and start script writing for that, I can do that, because I'd love to do more. Please, Makoto, I'd love to do more video game essays or video essays. You know, I watch so many of them. It's something I'd love to do myself sometime. When I do get to the best games that I played in 2024, I'm gonna do it differently. I'm gonna make it a video I can enjoy, because yeah, I only, that's the thing with my YouTube channels. I make what I enjoy. So if I'm not enjoying it, I'm just gonna cut it off, you know. It's better to cut your losses sometimes like that, because you know, you're gonna hate the finished product and it's just not gonna be good. That's a lesson I learned from Edmund McMillan, and from my own personal experience too. I think I've covered everything I wanted to say here. If I sound like sad at all, I'm not. I'm fine. It's like 45 minutes until I go to bed. I'm just a bit tired. That's all. And I mean, a bit dejected from working on that video, and then because I got pretty far into it, but I just wasn't enjoying it, and the project was going nuclear. It just worked less and less, and I just didn't have the motivation to keep going with it. But yeah, I'm okay with it. Oh yeah, and there was also I had to re-record the whole script at one point because I tweaked my settings, but it made it sound worse than before. So I had edited 2 segments of the video, then went back and re-recorded everything I hadn't already edited, which was like 20 pages of the 25-page script that I'd written. I'm ready to get back to work with things on the memory chamber, so we'll probably be doing that soon now. I guess I'll wrap this up by saying that if you're coming from the memory chamber, then thanks for subscribing and helping to make 2023 a better year for me. And here's hoping that we can make 2024 an even better year than 2023 was. Because the memory chamber has done a lot better than I expected it to. You know, I expected to be sub 1,000 subscribers. Well, I expected to be like way less than where I was. I can't think of the way to articulate it right now, but I expected to be way further behind in subscribers than I am now. And I already still like to think that, well, maybe not like to think, but I still already considered us to have a kind of low follower count, but you know, it's not about the followers or subscribers or whatever. It's about having fun with it and making good videos. I was going somewhere with that, but I lost track of it, and gosh dang it. Yeah, let's just say thanks for subscribing. Here's hoping that the videos coming out in 2024 can be even better than 2023. Because I feel like I've been making some good progress as an editor, and I want to keep getting better at it, you know? So, yeah, I'll see you back at the memory chamber.